I said Godacity.
Audacity.
Well, Godacity, y'all.
Golly.
Oh, Shazam.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Golly. Jim Neighbors?
Yeah.
I think so.
He used to sing a song at the beginning of every Indianapolis 500.
Oh, yeah?
Sweet Home Indiana or something like that.
Sweet Home Indiana.
But anyway, it was a big deal.
Wait, apparently he's still alive?
Oh, is he still alive? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Jeez,
thought he
I had no
died.
idea. Yeah, so did I.
You know what I found out today was really depressing?
What?
While I was researching a segment for Generation 16, it sort of led me down the road to the Need for Speed series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
And if you ever played Need for Speed on the 3DO, do you remember Mr. X? He was your opponent? Like the
Final boss
smack,
from...
the smack-talking opponent? He died a couple years ago.
Oh.
He was only 50. Brennan, I forget his last name, but the actor's name, Brennan something.
Oh. Did you know that Jim Neighbors got gay married in 2003?
I did not know that.
Huh.
So, far from dead, he's quite alive.
Living it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. We do this thing?
What else are we going to do? Really?
on.
First of all, well, maybe I should
Start
ask,
record.
did any of you look at the outline?
I looked at it once or twice.
There's an outline.
The
I
outline?
haven't looked at it in a while.
Let me,
So that we
Let me
can talk
see.
about
Should I go look at it?
let me
such
see here.
things. I mean, if you want to. You don't have to.
Momo.
Oh, yeah, that's a good beverage right there. Yes. Ha-cha-cha-cha. Come on. Load, you little bastard.
Load. Why isn't it loading?
Load up, you little bastard. Come on, load up, you little... Oh, I oughta...
I see Phil's looking at the outline, at least.
Yeah, that's right, I am.
At least
I already
there's
filled it out.
one person.
I'm all looking.
I already filled it out. I don't need to look at it anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess.
Why do you...
I do my show prep, before 5 minutes after the show was supposed to start.
I do that too. I do that too. Sometimes.
I was
don't
supposed to
really-
talk about Phil.
Sometimes.
I don't really see-
Right.
I don't really see the points.
All right. You know what we should do? A clap. We're gonna do that right now.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Excellent.
Lovely. Sounded really good.
It was a great clap.
Mhm.
One of the best. One of the best.
Give me 1 second.
Go have your little coughing fit off camera.
I'm having a little beverage, man.
Yeah.
Had a little beverage, had a little drink.
Beverages
Got a
are good.
This episode brought to you by A&W 10.
Yeah. The
10
diet A&W for men.
10 great tasting calories in there. So,
That's right.
what are you drinking out of your blue sippy cup?
This is water.
No, water. That's Nature's A&W 10.
Nature's candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to try to cut out the Coke Zero.
Really? Why's that?
Just,
Get a kidney stone?
no.
You sure?
If I could break the habit.
That's weird, man.
Trying to quit smoking?
No, Coke Zero.
Oh, trying to quit cocaine.
That's right. That's exactly it.
But you finally realized that stuff's doing more damage to your body than the non-Coke Zero Coke?
Yeah, I mean, I quit Mountain Dew Code Red all those years ago.
Oh, man.
Replaced
That
it with
was a
something
mistake.
else.
That was a mistake.
Every now and then I get the craving.
It's so
red.
good.
It's fantastic.
I think I was
Get
peeing
some.
red for a while there.
Mountain Dew Code Red and jump on a Hydro Thunder machine and be just like I'm back in the year 2000.
Just like I'm back in Chicago. Oh, wait a minute.
I was peeing Code Red and pooping green Hershey Hulk syrup.
Ew.
We've told that story
We
on the
have.
podcast,
Once
haven't
was
we?
too many times.
CJ and I had a special bond when we had that awkward. So hey, is your dung like bright green? Why, yes, it is.
Why
CJ.
would you? How?
You
It
know,
was the
it's-
Incredible Hulk chocolate syrup.
Yeah, it was dyed green,
I hate
Like-
you guys.
like
Yeah.
the Hulk does. And it gave you hulked out poop.
Sure did.
Yeah,
Some did.
it's like if
Better than
Bruce
Chinese
Banner
food.
gets pissed while he's dropping a deuce, he gets these big green birds. Yeah,
That's right.
it was weird. It was
CJ?
a weird time.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about not letting Phil take over the show.
Too late.
You're
Yes.
doing it. The show hasn't even started, and you're
Hello,
doing it.
episode 437
Poop.
of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from California, Mr. Phil Theobald.
4 plus 3 equals 7. That's how you can remember this episode title. Or number, anyway.
Okay.
4
Deep.
Not
plus
title.
3 equals 7.
7. That's good. That's good.
I turned it into math.
You did. And joining me from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward. Hello.
What up?
How's
Where
it
the
going?
snow comes from. Actually, it's where the snow comes to die, I guess.
Where the snow lands.
It's bad here.
Yeah.
They've actually banned parking on city streets at any time
Whoa.
while they try to clean the place up. Most of our 2-lane roads are 1-lane roads right now.
Yikes.
It's bad.
Isn't it March?
Shut up.
It's the end of March.
I do not remember ever seeing this much snow. Like
Yeah.
the hardest part about shoveling out the last time was actually being able to throw the snow high enough to get it onto the bank. Like the
Wow.
snow banks are over 10 feet high. It's ridiculous.
Damn. It's like you're driving through trenches.
It really is, and it's scary because you never know when somebody's going to pull out right in front of you.
That's
So I
what
just
she
go as
said.
fast as possible, and that way,
Yeah. Not with us this week is Mr. Mike Phillips.
No.
And, I figured he could skip this one. It's all going to be Nintendo and Metal Gear, and why not?
Who cares about any of those things? Most of our
He
listeners
is.
skip this
He was
one.
just going to be
Better
silent during
thing.
those segments anyway.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
CJ.
What's up?
Before we begin, I have to give a Player One podcast shout out.
Yeah?
Shout
to,
out.
no. This is to an American.
Oh, okay.
You know, friend of the show, Ethan Einhorn,
Yeah.
his daughter, Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan called me up the other day. He was very, very proud. Winnie finished her first Pokemon game all the way through.
Wow.
Beat the Elite Four. And as Ethan pointed out, she's the first person in the Einhorn family to do that, which is
Wow.
First person in the family tree. That's a proud moment.
that's like that's the modern equivalent of being the first person in your family to go to college. So,
So I assume he was calling you after he got off the phone with his parents.
yeah. I mean, certainly they're going to be the first.
I saw the post on Facebook, and I liked it immediately.
Yeah.
I gave it a like.
Ethan, he's a proud papa because today that proves that his daughter
I gotta
is
say,
officially better at games.
I
than
mean,
he is.
I don't want to tell other people how to raise their kids,
Right.
but I think I'd be setting the bar of achievement a little higher. I don't think I'd be too proud about the Pokemon.
Now,
What, like Landstalker?
Well, yeah, something difficult is what I'm saying. Something that takes some hand-eye coordination,
Well, Pokemon is not an easy game to just
No, it really
walk
isn't.
on through. There.
No.
Have you finished a Pokemon game, Mr. Seward?
I've never played one
Weird.
There you go.
Now,
because I wasn't 12 when
No.
they came out. So, like you guys apparently were.
Yeah.
now she's moving on to she's about from what I understand about halfway through Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh, okay. Well, they see.
So,
That'll be a
so
proud moment.
she's yeah.
Moving up in the world.
Ethan's got her.
I can.
You know,
I was
getting to
thinking.
family business.
I could send them my copy of the original Ultima
Oh, hey, there you go.
Do it.
or Shining in
Does,
the Darkness.
That's a PC game though, isn't it? That Ultima.
Yeah, it is. Ethan, not a
Yeah,
PC guy.
Ethan wouldn't know how to.
All right.
He would
But
just.
maybe Winnie would, now that she's finished Pokemon. Maybe she'll
That's
know how
true.
to
I mean,
call it.
she's obviously already outdone him. I mean,
Ethan would have those floppy disks, throwing them at his iPad, wondering why he can't do second screen play on it.
aren't floppy at all.
Yeah.
Why call them that?
All right. So last
Yes.
week, huh?
What about it?
I
How
heard
about
something
that week?
happened last week. What happened?
Hell froze over.
Really?
I don't know if you saw the announcement.
So wait.
No.
So the Cubbies won the series? Go Cubbies!
Whoa! Don't they? What year was it in the Gray's Sports Almanac that they were supposed to have won? Is
I
it
don't
2015?
Today,
Oh, really?
today is the year in Back to the Future 2 where Marty finds out that the Cubs won the World.
Exactly.
It's actually today.
Oh, that's in October. That's
I saw-
October something.
I saw a picture on Facebook.
Have the Cubs ever won?
Yeah, I think like back around the last turn of
I'm
the
asking the
century.
wrong crowd.
You are asking the wrong audience.
Not at all.
Are
Not
they?
at all,
Are
'cause
they?
You know what I
the
have?
American sports ball equivalent of the Toronto Maple Leafs, or
The Montreal Expos.
1908. Oh, hey, you know
Wow.
what? You know what? Here's how
What?
good the Cubs are. They won it twice in a row. 1907 and 1908. They went for
Well,
a
now-
Dynasty.
five.
the last time the Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup, it was 1967, and I thought that was a long time ago. Congratulations, Cubs.
Yeah.
I think it was 67. I'd have to go check, but it was in the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Cubs won World Series. Back to the Future.
So let's start off with
It's an entry in the Back to the Future wiki, by the way. But go on.
we're gonna start off with Kojima and this whole Konami business.
Hideo
Kojima.
Hideo Kojima.
Yes. So Konami redesigned their website and thought that would just be the perfect time to remove Kojima's name off the box art for the Phantom Pain and Kojima Productions off of the website,
Wow.
which, of course, created speculation that hey, maybe something's going on here. So,
You know
Yeah,
what the real
have,
controversy is? Is they replaced his name. It now says a David Hayter production.
it's
So
been David
Haters
Hayter.
gonna hate.
they can figure that out.
Yes. So, yes, Kojima and Konami are parting ways later this year. I guess when after the game comes out, like in December. He's apparently now some kind of contractor until then. So
Weird.
that's some weird happenings. How do you feel about that, Phil? As a fan of the Metal Gear series. How do you-
Well, you know what? After playing, what was it called? The demo
yeah.
for
I
Phantom.
can't remember anymore.
Ground Zeroes.
Ground
Ground Zeroes.
Yep.
Whatever.
Whatever. Well, they are
Whatever.
looking.
Damn!
I
They are
know, right?
actively looking for a new team to take on the Metal Gear.
That's the scary
Franchise.
part.
You know what? My thing is I didn't seem like I was ever gonna get a Zone of the Enders 3, so whatevs. F it.
So is this like pretty much? Isn't it more or less like this and their soccer game? That's the only thing that Konami really has in the console space at this point.
Well, they do. They still do that baseball game, right? Power Pros. in
Oh, do they
Japan?
still do Power Pro? Oh, okay, it just doesn't come here.
Yeah, and then
That's too bad. 'cause
That's
those are good games.
those are the cutesy ones, right?
yeah,
they're
cutesy
really good
baseball
games.
Yeah,
game.
those were fun.
Then they had the soccer game, and then
Yeah.
they had Silent Hill, but is that gonna?
That's been torn to pieces. Castlevania. We haven't heard anything about that since that Lords of Shadow 2 debacle.
Yeah,
I think it's just them. I really think it's Konami finally moving out of consoles.
Hmm.
For the most, I mean, they already have for the most part.
and moving towards mobile and their casino business, which I would imagine are big for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a few weeks ago we had Sega shutting down their console stuff and moving.
Apparently, although they also did that in 2006.
That's true. That's true. Maybe they'll be back. And then now Konami getting rid of Kojima, and yeah, are they really going to do much else in the console space?
Be honest though, part of you thinks this is a big hoax, right? Like this is just some kind of weird.
Actually, no.
No, you don't think
I
so?
don't think this is a hoax.
Does Kojima not work there anymore, or is it CG? My vote is it's CG, or maybe an elaborate puppet.
I wonder how much he's been pressured to just keep doing these, obviously, because I mean he's been saying that this is the last Metal Gear since Metal Gear 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, but it's a shame. I mean, to me, it's a bigger shame because if I'm right, and if other people are right about this kind of finally signaling Konami's departure from the console arena, I mean that's. You think back to like the late 80s, early 90s, all it had to do was say Konami on the box.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were going to play it. And it was going to be good. You know, like almost like 99% of the time it was going to be a great game. And it was just like how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that silver box art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, my God. Yeah.
Buying that.
Even their bad games were good.
Even Track and Field 2. I was all over that.
But I mean, even into like the Super Nintendo and stuff, and the Genesis, they made great games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, in PlayStation era as well. But it's that to me is kind of the bigger, sadder thing. I mean, Kojima's going to end up going and doing whatever he wants to do. You know.
Yeah.
The people on his team might not be so lucky.
Well, game budgets have ballooned for one thing, and then
especially Metal.
Especially, yeah. And the window of opportunity that they sell has also gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, it's just like the first month or two of a big AAA console release, unless you're Call of Duty or GTA. Then you can last. But you know, you look at how mobile does for them. I'm sure like a big mobile title for Konami, you know, can generate millions, you know, per week or per month, and yeah, not cost as much to make probably.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's a shame, but it's another example of, you know, the risks are super high in consoles right now. You can't make a mid-tier game.
No.
Nope.
More and more people are kind of dropping out at this point. Like, what are we going to be left with in 2 years?
Bunch of American developers.
Yeah.
Bunch of American developers and a lot of small team indie, in quotes, indie games.
Although there's some good games coming out of those teams.
There, absolutely, yes.
And I find myself playing those more and more.
That's where we're going to get like a lot of the chances being taken with gameplay and game design and aesthetics. Yeah,
for sure.
Looking forward to that. For sure. All right, is that all we have to say about Kojima? No,
sure.
I was worried about PT because PT was like one of the best things.
Although whatever that was, the game was never going to be that.
It probably wasn't, but you know what? That got me jazzed for whatever it ended up being. And I am not a Silent Hill fan. Like I maybe played the first 2 games and that's it. But I was actually looking forward to this one.
So what's the deal with Silent Hill? Now people say, yo, you're Silent Hill, you know, They kind of shrug. Like, I don't know. Did something happen that I just missed? I don't really pay attention. So, did like Konami cancel an upcoming Silent Hill game?
I don't think they've said.
Oh, okay.
So it was supposed to be. Wasn't it supposed to be Kojima Productions that was doing it?
Yeah, I guess it was in collaboration, wasn't it?
So, kind of puts that in jeopardy.
Hmm.
Maybe they'll just release whatever they had on the game as PT2 come E3 time. That'd be good. Yeah. And then the other big story from last week.
Is this where? Never mind.
Of course, that TXK is not able to come out on PC or any other next-gen consoles because Atari is threatening legal action against Jeff Minter. And I guess it sounds like it may even mean that TXK gets pulled from the Vita, which
Wow.
crazy.
Still have my copy.
Me too.
Me too.
Never
It's a
played
great game.
Have it on my
That was
Vita.
free on PS Plus, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of people should have it by now.
Yeah.
But
Well, to be fair, it's Tempest.
yeah, and it sounded like
I mean, it's true.
it is. It's true. I mean, so was Space Draft though. To an extent, Space Draft was in that same kind of vein too. Although I did not like Space
but
Draft.
Space Draft was in that same kind of vein, whereas TXK
is that vein.
is just Tempest.
Yeah.
So
it looks like Ataru is basically using some reviews that were on some website, like gaming websites, saying how similar it is to Tempest as being part of the reason why they may.
way to go, game reviewers.
Yes.
Good job.
I mean, as this is speaking as somebody who loves Tempest 2000. I mean, the game is basically that. Like, there's kind of no way around it.
There's your ethics in game journalism right there. Calling out copyright infringement.
Yeah.
That's how it works, folks.
Point it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it means no PS4 version of TXK, which
Just too bad because it's a very good game.
It is a great game. It is a really great game. One might say that it's Jeff Minter's return to form.
Well, it's
return to a form that he did in 1990.
It's him re-releasing Tempest.
Yeah, but it is too bad. It's too bad to hear.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys see this other large story, the Magic Leap AR augmented reality shooter?
No, I did not see this.
So Magic Leap is a games company doing a lot of augmented reality stuff. They have a video up on YouTube showing like an AR first-person shooter, and it's really pretty impressive stuff. Like the player reaches out and grabs a gun that looks real and kind of turns it around in their hand, and aliens start coming into this office building where the player is, and he starts blasting them.
I think I've seen this. Yeah,
the weird thing about it is, could you imagine playing this in any sort of like public space? It just seems odd. But very cool. This is the first like AR stuff that I've seen that
didn't they release
because it's a concept video. It moves really, really fast.
And
looks pretty great too.
I want to say that I don't know if it's the same company or not, but they released a video like this years ago.
Yeah.
Like years ago.
I believe it was called Dactyl Nightmare.
Dactyl Nightmare. Or somebody did anyway. I'm just sort of watching it here, and it looks really similar to something I was watching like
years ago.
We'll
include the this link in the show notes so that people can check it out. But I thought it was pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, when you have a lot of good post production on your video.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park was really impressive,
When you don't have to prove that such a thing actually exists and can be played, then yeah, sure, you can make it look however you want. There you go. Anyway, let's get on to the real big story of last week, which is
right.
What? What was that?
Are we going to talk about Ben Kuchera's redemption? Is that what's?
Wait, what happened?
Is that what we're talking about here?
What'd the Cooch do? I don't know about this.
He was right.
About what?
Right?
Nintendo going mobile.
Oh,
well, I mean, everybody was saying that. Can you really like pin that on?
No, but what I love was all the of the articles. Finally, we've been predicting it for 7 years.
But is that a trend or is that a stopwatch?
What do you mean?
Are we talking the Apple Watch again? What are we talking about?
No. I'm talking the Cooch.
Oh, I don't know.
Is this a trend of him?
I think the latter.
Okay. Yeah.
So Nintendo is going to be making mobile games, and they've partnered with a Japanese company called DNA
Hmm.
to do so. DNA is going to be handling like the server backend.
Deoxyribonucleic awesome. That's what
They're going to
DNA
be
stands for.
handling the back end and the network stuff, and Nintendo is going to be developing the games. So, an interesting approach. They are doing it such that they've basically said they're not doing ports of their existing games,
Right.
and they're not doing
Haven't they,
ports of games that are on are planned for consoles.
haven't they said that like AAA franchises aren't going to really make an appearance on the mobile?
No, they said. I mean, they said they are going to be using their IP, but it is
Okay.
not going to be like we're going to port Kirby's Rainbow Curse or whatever to touchscreens.
That'll be the
Kirby
next
Star-
round of hand-wringing editorials.
Yeah.
That'll be
Kirby
exactly
Star Stacker with in-app purchases.
Well, because for years it was all Nintendo would have to do is put Super Mario Brothers out on iPhone, and they would make a killing.
Mhm.
And of course, Nintendo has no interest in doing that part.
Now DNA, these are the people who did like Rage of Bahamut. Is that correct?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've done and they've published like a lot of games. They did that Transformers Battle Tactics game. They've done a couple of Transformers games actually.
Yeah. Well, the one of the Transformers games is just basically a reskinned Bahamut.
Okay, then that's
But,
probably
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Star Wars Galactic Offense is.
Okay.
They published Tiny Tower.
Did they?
Yeah, I mean they're involved in mobile games,
Right. Right.
both publishing and doing their own stuff, and they have a sort of back end network that for some mobile games, like if you install this new game and play it, then you can get rewards in the game that you really like,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. Like mobile games do that quite a bit.
Boy, I'm so glad Nintendo's going to be doing stuff like that now.
Oh yeah, just wait for that. Yeah, so Nintendo doing mobile games, maybe with their existing IP and some originals, and I imagine, we'll probably see something like Pokemon Shuffle on there fairly soon. I would be shocked if we didn't, quite honestly.
Yes.
And Nintendo has been kind of dipping their toe in free to play for the last 2 years, right? With Steel Diver Sub Wars, Wii Fit on
They have been dabbling.
the Wii U, Wii Sports Club, and Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, everyone's favorite. So
I just
imagine
the article. Sorry, but the article that really caught my eye this week was from our old friends at Polygon, where I'm looking at the article again now, and it's actually been expanded since the last time I read it. But at one point, they have a quote from Iwata saying, "However, if you report that we will release Mario on smart devices, it would be a completely misleading statement."
Yeah.
It is our intention to release some application on smart devices this year that is capable, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the thing that always got me is that under the headline, Nintendo finally commits to making mobile games with new partner DNA. It's a picture of Mario 3D World.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. When it should be a picture of Pokemon Shuffle or something closer to what.
Yeah.
I mean, Iwata did an interview with Time as well, Time Magazine, where he says that they're not going to be making the same kinds of games on mobile as they're making on console. And I mean, that's the right way to approach it. It's a different.
Well, you don't want to
base.
devalue what's available on your consoles. That'd be
exactly.
stupid.
That's true too. Instead, they want to try to cross-promote and add value, which I think is going to be pretty interesting to watch because you have DNA doing the network stuff behind the scenes, and this network is supposed to interconnect not only stuff on mobile but on PC and their consoles as well. So what I wonder if what we're going to see is something like a Nintendo coin system, kind of like Play Coins on the 3DS, where you can use that currency in games on mobile, or you can use them
Mhm.
on the 3DS or the Wii U or whatever, and they will do things like kind of similar to what Sony did with Knack and Fat Princess and Ratchet and Clank, although I think they did those things kind of poorly, where you can play the mobile version, which in Sony's case was like a really really cheap reskin of Bejeweled in most
Yeah.
cases, or the Ratchet and Clank is like a kind of a terrible endless runner, and get credit for things in the full console game. Like I imagine it'll be something similar to that, but it'll be more similar to what DNA is already doing, where it's like if you play both this game and this game, then you get certain rewards in both games.
Right.
So if you're a fan of the mobile game and you're slightly interested in playing this new Kirby game or this new Zelda game, then you'll be able to like use your Nintendo coin balance to get stuff in whichever one they're trying to get you to play. Could be really interesting.
I go with that.
I mean, they already kind of do that in like the Miiverse or the Mi Plaza stuff, with like you get those little tickets that you can then purchase hats for
Yeah,
the
but
street
those
passing.
you get those tickets within the Mi Plaza. I mean,
You
that's
do.
all very self-contained.
Yes, but imagine if that was expanded across all games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Then it becomes kind of super interesting, and they may have something there.
I don't know if I'd say super interesting.
I think
but,
it's interesting.
Okay.
Let's just say that. And then you have these mobile games that they're going to be doing. I imagine they will build them into Miiverse, so you'll have people posting, game tips and screenshots and whatnot from their mobile games in Miiverse. Nintendo kind of going after a social network communication connection thing with all their games. It could be pretty interesting. I like it. It'll be interesting to see if it works.
Sure, I guess I agree with
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I'm honestly not surprised that they decided to partner up with somebody to do the network side of this thing, and that apparently that part is not coming until the fall.
I just can't wait to play Super Mario 3D World on my iPhone.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That day is coming.
No, but if they did something like a mobile version of Mario Chase from Nintendo Land or something, where you could play it on your iPhone and have 3 other people with their iPhones, yeah, it could be interesting.
Sure.
From Nintendo Land, you remember that game?
Vaguely.
Mario Chase. Well, there you go. Nintendo's doing mobile games.
Yep.
Can we
Hell
please
has
move on?
frozen over.
Wait, the Cubbies won?
The Cubbies won.
In the Time article,
Yeah.
viewer asks Iwata if Miyamoto is going to be working on these games. And the answer is, of course, Miyamoto's got enough on his plate with these Wii U games that we announced last year, so probably not.
Oh, so were they hinting that the next Zelda is going to be on iPad only?
Oh.
That would be interesting.
I would
actually.
It's an
I would pay
iWatch
them for
2
that.
exclusive.
How about this? Nintendo on stage. You have Bill Trinen on stage at an Apple event showing off a Nintendo mobile game. How weird would that be?
The next Metroid.
That would be way weird. But exciting. Exciting to see what they'll do. I'm sure whatever they do first will be
Look how excited Phil is. Look at him.
incredible disappointment to people, where they're like, what? They've made Candy Crush or whatever popular mobile game they want to reskin first with the Nintendo Touch. Yeah.
Starting to see why Mike didn't show up.
And you were worried about me taking over the show.
Exactly.
Man,
All right.
at least we'd be awake.
Oh man.
Yikes. Let's move on.
I just watched a NASCAR race for 4 hours, and that was actually more exciting.
Wow.
Turn
All right.
around.
Well, we'll move on then. We'll talk about
Yes.
the video games that we've been playing this week. Greg, you want to start us off since you have a much longer list than either Phil or I do?
Sorry, I just dropped my pen.
You
And
did.
Uh-oh.
decided I needed to catch it for some reason, and nearly pulled my computer right off the desk.
It would be
That
like
pen can't
as
touch
if,
the floor.
As if Mike's iPad was falling over.
I miss Mike. Yeah, I finished Rogue Legacy this week. Finally.
Good work.
Good
Yeah.
lad. Good lad.
I don't think I'll be playing New Game Plus, but
Ooh.
or plus
Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah.
alpha. Yeah, no, I finally I played it about 20 hours. Took me about 20 hours and something like 184 offspring.
Yeah,
Because at the end I was
that'll
just
happen.
at the end, because when you unlock the final boss there, like of course the game is predicated on the idea that every time you enter the castle it changes unless you pay to keep it the same. And so when you unlock the final boss chamber, it's right in the first room no matter what, so it doesn't matter that you keep, the castle keeps changing. So I just was constantly waiting until I got a barbarian king or queen, and then went in and tried to fight the boss, and if that didn't work out, then my next character, I'd just go run around the castle and earn like 10,000 gold, upgrade a few stats, and then go back and fight the boss again. So took a few tries to beat the final boss, but man, that's a great game. What a great
It really
game.
is.
Even the grinding I enjoyed in that game.
Yeah,
start to finish.
it's everything about that game is just wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm a
Now, did you
big,
play
big fan.
primarily on the PS4, or did you do
I
any
played
of
it
the
almost
Vita
entirely
cross-
on the Vita.
Really?
I
Okay.
I played
Nice.
a little bit of it on the PS4, but my TV has the slightest little bit of input lag, and in most games it's not a problem, but for something like for this and say like Shovel Knight, just sort of the 2D games that have really really quick precise controls, I find that I can feel it, and it's just ever so slightly off. And I can't play Sonic on my TV because it's just off enough that the jumps feel too slow. So, and I felt it when I played it Rogue Legacy on there as well. So I played it primarily on the Vita, which is cool. That's the most use my Vita's gotten in a long time. Although I went immediately into Counter Spy.
Oh yeah.
Finish this, and Counter Spy, man, that game is great. Phil, you'd really like that game.
I need to sit down and play it. I have it downloaded from the PS Plus, so it's just a matter of sitting down with it.
That is a good game.
I mean, I love the whole sort of Cold War. It's it's got a very James Bond kind of soundtrack and feel to it, but it's got that great art style, and yeah, I really dig even the different levels. I think those levels are randomized as well.
Yes.
But the elements that they're using, like the levels themselves, look fantastic. Just sort of the stuff they've done. Like, obviously, it's Cold War era nuclear missile silos and stuff that you're visiting, but a lot of the levels go really far back into the background, and like you'll start off an area and you'll have all this signage about that you're being monitored and all that sort of thing, but you'll see just rows upon rows of missile silos that are open with missiles sitting out on top of them, and or you'll see like a missile with the warhead taken off, and it's just a big pile of smaller bombs inside of it and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. I can't put it down. I played a couple hours of it in like the last day, which is a lot for me. So yeah, really, really enjoying it. Love the whole idea of the DEF CON levels going up or down.
Yeah.
Based on like, so the way the whole game works is you don't have a time limit or anything, but it's entirely stealth. You're moving from the beginning to the end of each level. You have to find a certain amount of plans, and then you have to find a computer to put in the codes. And you don't want to be seen by the guards, obviously. But if you are and the guards start to radio in, they can raise the DEF CON level from 5 all the way up to 1. And if the DEF CON level gets raised to 1, then you have a certain time limit before you have to finished the level or you die. And I think if you die, the DEF CON level gets raised as well. But the thing is that level's persistent. The DEF CON level is persistent through each area. So when you finish, if you finish at DEF CON 2, then the next level you go into, you start at DEF CON 2, and you don't. It goes from 1 to 5, and 1's the worst and 5's the best. But you can also switch between two nations. You're constantly doing missions between what is Russia and the U.S. And they have different DEF CON levels, but they're still persistent. So, but there's like ways to bring the level back down, which is kind of neat. Like you can find plans and earn potions that you can buy between. I forget what they're called. They're like potions that you can buy between missions. Or if you can clear out a room of guards that has an officer in it, if you kill everyone else and leave the officer alive and then sneak up on him and pull your gun on him, he'll surrender and bring the DEF CON level down. So it's a cool little mechanic. But there's a lot of exploration involved, and there's even a little bit of a social aspect because there's like a leaderboard that you're constantly climbing the ladder. And the thing is that every time you pass another spy, then the next level you go into, you'll find out that spy was actually killed in this level. Technically, it's just the way the game works. And if you find his body and the intel that he had on him, then you get a big money boost in that level. So it's a really well thought out little game. And I mean, I think it's still free, right? It's the March game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the March games so if you have PS Plus and you haven't downloaded it yet, don't miss out on it because it's a really cool little game. And the levels are nice and short. It's only a few minutes for each level, so...
Yeah, it's PS4 and Vita.
Yes, that's right. So check it out.
I think it's even out on iOS as well.
Is it really?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Did Nintendo make it, or...?
Yeah, they stealthily made that game.
Yeah.
Testing
the waters. Played more Shadowrun Returns, but don't really have much else to say about that. I don't think either of you guys have played that game, right?
Nope.
No.
No, okay. And I started playing Phantasy Star 2. Started a playthrough of Phantasy Star 2 on my Twitch stream every Wednesday night. Played it for like an hour and a half the other night and didn't accomplish anything. So all I did was grind for an hour and a half.
Sounds like a Phantasy Star.
Yep. That's what I expected.
Did I tell you? So I had a Master System back in the day, and I have had Phantasy Star, and I let a friend of mine borrow it, and he erased my save, and
that bastard. Was it Kanye West? It was Kanye West, wasn't it?
No. Did his own thing there, and then when he gave me the game back, it was at a point like I didn't even know where he'd gotten to or anything. I tried to start from there or whatever, and that didn't work. Obviously, I had no idea where I was going. It was crazy. Anyway, that's my Phantasy Star
I've
story.
never played through the first one. I finished all of the other traditional Phantasy Stars, not the Phantasy Star Online group, but I've never played through the first one. I have it, I just never played through it. Anyway, that's all I've really been playing this week.
Very nice.
I was going to be playing Final Fantasy Type 0, but since the snowpocalypse on Tuesday, they've shut down mail delivery here, so my copy has not arrived.
You pre-ordered that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's $20 off.
Why, though?
I can trade it in for more than I paid for it at this point, because now that game's worth $80.
Well, if you open it, that is. Then you'll be able to.
Yeah. But I'm saying I'll probably get more for it if I open it and trade it in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Than I will if I leave it sealed and return it.
Are you honestly interested in playing it?
I'm always interested in playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's weird about that series because that series is so obviously left me behind. I don't.
Yeah.
12.
It's left everybody behind.
12 was okay. 13 I did not get, and 13-2 and Lightning Returns, and I don't have any interest in the massively multiplayer games. But I still can't bring myself to not try a new Final Fantasy game when it comes out.
Sounds like you should see a doctor about that.
Maybe.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then.
Yeah.
I've been playing The Order 1886.
I'm sorry.
Last year the Cubbies won the World Series?
Basically.
What happened there? Did you lose a bet?
No. But hey, I'm halfway through the game.
Oh, I bet it looks nice.
It does.
So you
That
played it for an hour and a half.
looks real good, but man, there's just nothing to this game. Like
Yeah.
it's some shooty shoot. There's a lot of walking around while people are talking. The pickups that you'll see something that you can examine. They'll let you pick up like a photograph and look at it, and you can flip it over. There's usually nothing on the back. And one of the pickups was a picture of two chefs, and that was
Swedish
it.
chefs?
Like no explanation at all. And I don't know if you saw my tweet. There's a sack boy in there too. You can pick up.
Wow. Oh, I did see that actually. Yes.
Of course, no trophy for that, for finding that. And
No.
the environments are beautiful, like super awesome, crazily detailed. But a lot of them you just run right through. Like you spend maybe 10 seconds in them, and there's not a whole lot like off the beaten path. Like you try to go into like separate rooms or like explore the environment, and the most you ever find is like a piece of paper that you can pick up and look at that has absolutely no information on it. You put it back down. And they have this mechanic like where you can pick things up and like use the right stick to like manipulate it around in your hand, and there's absolutely nothing interesting that you find that way. Maybe like right at the beginning of the game they have something that you find that way, and that's it. So far that has not been utilized for the rest of my playthrough. Yeah. Good times. And then of course you have there are a lot of guns in the game.
Yeah.
Up, but like you'll be hovering over a gun and it'll have like the silhouette of like a handgun or what looks like a shotgun, and I can never tell like what gun I'm about to pick up. Like, so is it going to be better than what I already have or not?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What's that?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Usually I can tell, hey, this one has a scope on it, so
obviously better.
I'll pick that up, but the handguns, I have really no idea.
I mean, that was how you knew that the Super Scope 6 was better than the NES Zapper, because it had a scope on it.
Exactly.
And it was shaped like a bazooka.
Well, like
stronger than a laser gun.
In the Uncharted games, if I remember correctly, when you hovered over a weapon, it would at least tell you like how much ammo was left in the gun. Am I right in that?
I do not remember.
Something like that. It would tell you some information so you'd be able to make a judgment call whether you should pick it up or keep the gun that you have. In this game, you don't have any of that type of stuff. But the set pieces and the graphics are really freaking awesome. So
I've got to play that. I don't know when I ever will, but I've got to play it.
Did you buy it?
I did.
Of course you did.
But then, like, I kind of got into Shadowrun, and I think I'm the only one who's actually playing Bully for our apparently upcoming Game Club episode.
Yes.
So I haven't really played much else.
I played a little bit of that too.
Bully's great.
Have you been playing, Phil?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've certainly played through it before, like, a lot.
Years ago.
8 years ago?
Yeah. I played more than CJ.
That's true.
Well, I mean, that's not saying much.
Exactly, not saying that much.
Yes.
Yeah. Phil.
What?
What have you been playing?
Your face.
Oh.
I
expected that.
Thank you. There's a sale. Renegade Kid is having a sale right now on 3DS and Wii U.
Yeah.
And I took advantage to pick up a game that Mr. Seward mentioned I should get, that I would like. And that is Zeo Drifter.
Oh, I said Metroid Other M.
Oh, crap. I got Zeo Drifter. Greg?
I like it.
I'm digging it so far. I'm only a little ways into it. I just played through the first kind of small area you end up in, beat what I'm assuming is the first boss. I mean, it has kind of a... I think Finn's trying to get in.
And he's in.
You can kind of go wherever you want, and there's a couple planets you can go to.
Yeah.
and I ended up going to a planet, fighting a boss, and then getting a like a submarine ability.
Yeah, so you
So-
obviously went to the right. I love that your door's moving back there.
I know, right?
Finn's either trying to get in or you're being attacked by aliens.
It's as long as the Raptors can't figure out the door handles
How the door
work,
handle
I'm
work, yeah.
fine. Yeah, I'll be safe.
God, the American Godzilla was on TV today.
Oh,
I
Wait, which
watched it
one?
for a while. The
That's-
Ferris Bueller one.
Oh,
would
yeah.
you lose? Would you lose a bet?
I was just on in the background.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
No,
No.
it's
It's
not.
like not even a good bad movie.
No,
True.
but Zeo Drifter, yeah, you obviously picked the right planet because you got to fight a boss. So I don't
Yes.
think you would have been able to do that anywhere else.
Okay.
So
But yeah.
it's quite, for as open ended as it seems, it's quite linear. So
Okay.
um,
Hold on a
I'm ready to come
second.
the door is moving.
Pretty
Hold
great.
on a second. Dana!
Woman,
Jeez Louise.
Restrain the child.
take care of your children, woman.
My goodness.
Does that ever
But
work?
yeah. Yeah. I'm enjoying the game though, and for $5, it's a fantastic
You
deal.
can't go wrong. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to playing the rest of it. I really dug Mutant Mudds when that first came out as well, and this has that similar just like really good control and some
Yeah,
pretty fun level layout.
They put out a quality game.
They do. I actually also picked up Moon Chronicles.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't.
on
I've
their
been meaning to
sale.
try that.
Yeah, they it's an episodic game.
Mm.
And you can get the first episode now for $5, and then the season pass that has the remaining 3 episodes is like $9, I believe. So I just picked up the first one so far. I haven't had a chance to play through it yet, or play it at all yet. So I'm looking forward to trying that out as well, just because I've heard some very good things.
I will be interested to hear your impressions of that.
Yes. And I picked up a Wii U eShop game this week. Came out Elliot Quest.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Elliot
what's this
Quest.
all about?
It is a
Is it a
little-
retelling of E.T.?
it is, but from Gertie's point of view. You're trying to save Elliot as Gertie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it is a little RPG, action RPG game, done up in a kind of 16-bit style, pixel graphics, so very kind of
So it really
village.
stands out.
Yeah. But it's weird because the character design is very simplistic and very limited animation, but the backgrounds are beautiful looking.
Hmm.
So it's this weird kind of it seems like the focus was more on the scenery than the actual characters.
Who's the developer?
I don't know, your face.
All right then. What
I don't know. I'm looking it up right
what
now.
prompted you to download or purchase this game?
Ansima's Games is
What was that again?
Ansima's
Okay.
ANSIMUZ.
Okay.
So apparently it was a Kickstarter.
Okay.
I am just learning about this. Inspired by Zelda 2. So there you go.
By Zelda 2. Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's apparently came out on, I guess, like Ouya and Steam ages ago. But it just
so they needed to
came.
release it on a real console.
Basically, yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a second. Steam's a real
Steam.
console.
I just heard it. Yeah, sorry.
You just heard Ouya. Okay. But yeah, it actually does have kind of that Zelda 2-ish feel because you have the big overworld map that you walk around on, and then you go into the kind of side-scrolly areas, and it's also got that kind of Metroid-style power-up backtracky thing going on.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I actually I wasn't is for some reason it completely passed over me when it hit Steam and Kickstarter and everything like that. Like I paid zero attention to it for whatever reason. But someone, and I'm trying to find out, I forget who it was, someone sent me a tweet saying, oh, hacker alias Spunection.
You really sound like you're making these things up.
I swear I'm not.
Joey Jojo Shabadoo Jr.
Joey Jojo, come back!
That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
He sent me a tweet asking if I was going to pick it up, and I was just like, I don't know. Let me see. And I went and watched a trailer of it and said, you know what, I probably will. So I did, and I am digging it.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's... Did you...
I'm just looking at some images right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the character and character animation is kind of simplistic, but yeah, the backgrounds are just beautiful looking.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I'm getting from looking at the images here. Is like the background work looks really nice, but the character's a little bit, a little more simple than I would expect.
Yeah, exactly. But I am enjoying it. The control is a little sluggish. That's my only complaint. If it had controls along the lines of, I don't know, say Rogue Legacy, then it would be amazing. But as of right now, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to try this out.
Yeah, it's what, $12, $13 on Wii U. So and I'm sure if you wanted to hold
on my Steam wish list.
Yeah, you can probably get it for cheap on a Steam sale at some point down the line. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
And hey, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up. Did you guys see that flash sale on the PSN?
I did.
Games for under $1.
Yeah, under $1, like good games.
Well,
Hefty
some good games.
No, don't poo-poo it. There's some great games.
Klonoa.
Did you guys get any of these?
I didn't. When I went on there, it only looked like there was like 4 games that were
on the PS4. There's only
I didn't even think to look on the Vita.
It's across Vita and PS3 as well.
Let me point out some. Look at this. We got Back to the Future, the entire game.
Yep.
The full for 80 cents, man.
Yeah.
For all 5 chapters.
Okay. Yes, 80 cents for all 5 chapters. Like Breath of Fire 4 is on
Jurassic
there.
Park.
Wow. Breath of Fire 4.
Yep, for 96 cents. The first 2 Dino Crisis games. 96 cents. You get Echo Chrome for 90 cents. A terrible flashback game for 90 cents. Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush, perhaps my favorite Vita game, 81 cents. 81 cents for...
That's been a part of the instant game collection for a long time now too.
I know, but you know what? 81 cents.
Yeah,
you know?
It's worth it.
Yeah, Home on PS4 for 95 cents. The first Katamari, the PS2 classic Katamari, 90 cents. I picked it up just to have it digital.
Game of Thrones. What? The PS3 version of Game of Thrones, 80 cents?
Not the Telltale one.
Okay. I was going to say, I was about to lose my shit.
The Telltale didn't screw you over that much. Although you didn't buy it yet, did you?
No, God, no.
No, okay.
Waiting for like that.
Waiting for it to be 80 cents. What else we have? Mega Man 4 and 5. If you want a good Mega Man X 4 and Mega Man X5, if you want a good Mega Man X and a not so great Mega Man X game.
Wow. Sam and Max, two seasons of Sam and Max, 80 cents each. That's impressive.
Yep. Nuclear Strike for 96 cents and Soviet Strike for the same. You know?
Pretty great stuff there.
Some really, really good games. Tales of Monkey Island, the whole Monkey Island for 80 cents. Tokyo Jungle, 90 cents.
I'll tell you, Sony always they keep impressing me. They really are getting the whole digital subscription thing, I gotta say.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure. But yeah, really good sale. I picked up a few, just kind of random, like some of the PS1 games, and like
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna have to grab some of those.
I'm
yeah, I
thinking of
picked up
doing the same.
I got the 2 Strike games. I got Katamari, like I said.
Hacker Alias Feature Preacher asked what games we would recommend getting. I think
I
everything
just
we
kind of
said.
ran down the list.
Yep.
If I was to trim it down to just a couple, I would say Katamari, Klonoa, Gravity Rush for sure.
Yeah. Maybe Dino
Pac-Man,
Crisis.
yeah, the Dino Crisis games are good. Pac-Man Champion,
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
DX. I mean,
It's a great game.
for 90 cents, that is a stupid deal. So.
True.
And Tokyo Jungle, which I love.
Oh yeah, that's another great buy for 90 cents.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Should we do some
There we
tweets?
Yeah, boy.
Nothing stopping us.
Do it.
All right. Hacker Alias Spoons says,
Spoon!
what game, in your humble opinion, needs a sequel? Mine are Crimson Skies or Heavenly Sword.
Well, my opinion is not humble. First of all,
Ever.
no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. Time has come.
I should have expected that.
Its time has come.
Yeah. Can I say Too Human?
No,
Sure.
no, you can't.
3 human.
Yeah.
3 human.
3 human.
You know what I'm gonna say,
would be
because
great.
Kid Nicky obviously is probably never going to happen, but something I would really love to see a sequel to, and Greg, you can shut up. But Lego City Undercover.
Yes.
I would love a new Lego City Undercover.
That would be good.
Yes,
I'd like
it
to
would.
see
Like
that
a
too.
good one?
What?
You mean like a good one?
That's what I said. You shut up. You shut up.
That's
I'd love to see another something along the lines of another Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
that game was great, and I'd love to see them revisit that formula.
Hmm.
I want to see a sequel to the Burnout games that were on the
Oh,
original
Like the old Burnout games.
old Burnout
Revenge.
games.
Revenge 2.
Revenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Takedown.
Man, that would be nice.
Those were so much fun.
I'd love to see a new Shining Force game that was like a real Shining Force game, not what that series has become.
Hmm.
Or hey, a new Phantasy Star that wasn't some kind of bastardized Phantasy Star Online
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
on my phone, apparently.
Yeah, it'll happen on your phone. Yes. I think
Okay.
that's it. We can move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hacker Alias Thorbon3 says, will Amiibo become this generation's Beanie Babies, aka popular now, can't get rid of them 10 years?
Oh, are you kidding? If you keep them in the box, you'll be able to get rid of them 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah, Nintendo fans are a little more permanently fanatical than a bunch of bored housewives.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I
But
am
not
sure
that
there
far
are
removed.
I am sure there are people who are buying the Mario Party amiibos that have no plans to purchase Mario Party.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I have bought 2 Amiibo. I have not opened them.
Really?
Which ones?
You got
I'm gonna make you
Sonic
guess.
and you got Sonic and Mega Man?
There you go.
Okay. There you
Mega
go.
Man was hard to find.
Yeah, I still have not seen Mega Man in stores.
There's an EB right next to my new job, and I was going in there every day, and then I stopped because they just didn't have any, and happened to be walking by one day and glanced over, and they had one.
Nice.
Like dove in there and bought that, but now they've actually got a few on the shelf.
I picked up a couple the other day. I actually found Sonic at Toys R Us here, so I picked him up.
Sonic was really easy to find here.
Really? See, that was the first time they actually had like maybe half a dozen of him when I
Okay.
saw him, but that was the first I'd ever seen him out here. But my Toad, I had ordered Toad from Amazon,
Ah, yes.
and he arrived. So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Toe, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Saw the two that I wanted. Like, and maybe in the future there'll be more characters I want, but those were the two that I wanted. So
Right.
When are they going to do the Pac-Man one? That's the next one
Well,
they
yeah,
want.
the Pac-Man's the next one I want.
Yeah, I think that's in the next batch, isn't it?
I think you're right. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure when it's coming out.
I just finally got rid of all my old Disney Infinity characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did?
So that was nice. Yeah,
Where'd you get rid of those at?
just put them on Kijiji locally.
I don't know what that is.
That's a thing down there.
That's
Okay,
made up.
so
No.
Is that like your
it's-
Craigslist?
it's kind of the same idea. Yeah.
Really?
Although I think we have Craigslist, but eBay owns it now. But it was something that was like it's a local buy sell trade thing. Doesn't cost you any money. They don't facilitate any shipping or anything like that. It's all done locally. So anyway,
I think they have that down here, but nobody uses it.
yeah.
Let's see here.
eBay owns it up here now.
Nova Scotia, Halifax, City of Halifax. Let's see if I can find anything that Stewart's selling.
No, I haven't got anything on there right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, just because I didn't want to have to ship a big box anywhere, and I figured there'd be enough. The nice thing about the Infinity characters, of course, they work in Infinity 2.0, and the lady who bought them she just bought 2.0 for her kids.
Mm.
It was like,
perfect.
I have a ton now. I have a ton of not a ton, but a good dozen or so characters.
Did you say in your ad, to good home? This is the price for if you're going to use these with kids, and if you're a collector, it's this price.
No, all my ad really said was all this stuff works with Infinity 2.0. I'm throwing in the original game. I don't care if you want it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
If you can bring a smartphone full of pictures of your kids, I will let you have the discounted price.
That's right. If you can prove
You just
we
want
have
the
children.
evidence. You just want the evidence. Hey, there's someone in your area selling a copy of Snoopy and the Red Baron for the 2600. $10.
Nice.
Should go get on that.
No, probably not.
Okay.
All
Your
right.
loss.
Your loss. All right. Will amiibos be like Beanie Babies, though?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right. Hacker alias Docky says, I didn't enjoy Symphony of the Night in 1997, but this week played and loved it. What's your longest between starting and finishing a game?
I don't think that long.
97 to 2015. Yeah, that's
Mine might have been
quite a
Earthbound.
stretch.
Because I
Mhm.
played that on the Super Nintendo and then didn't play it again until it came out on Virtual Console just a few years ago.
Which one was
that's- Yeah, Earthbound.
Oh, it's Earthbound, yeah. Which I haven't finished, so can't say
I'd
that.
say probably Beyond Good and Evil. It wasn't quite that long, but I never finished it when it came out. I didn't finish it until we did the Game Club on it a couple years ago when it was re-released. So that might be mine.
Jeez, I'm trying to think. I don't know. You know what's odd is it, strangely enough, took me a couple years to beat the original Super Mario Brothers. I'm not saying
Really?
it took like 20 years or anything, but I played it when it first came out on NES, which was like what 90 or not 90, 86 probably was when I first played it, and I sucked at it. And I ended up getting my NES in '88, and I got Mario 2 at the time, and I ended up playing that one. So
Yeah.
it was probably like
Oh.
4 or 5 years before I finished the original Super Mario.
All right.
I've got a couple, Mega Man 4 and 5. I just finished those this year.
Oh,
Just
there
beat
you
those
go.
This year.
Nice,
When it came out.
nice, not bad.
All right, then. All right, Hacker alias Does Machines says, Nintendo NX, is anyone else as interested in a console/handheld hybrid as me? We forgot to talk about this in our Nintendo talk.
We don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that it's a console handheld hybrid or anything, right? That's what people are hoping it is.
I think that, all they've said that it's their next platform, their next generation platform. They have not specified whether that means handheld or home.
I'm
But,
totally interested in something like that. I mean, if like the Wii U is close, if the Wii U didn't have that range issue, that would be great. Like I love that you can play a lot of the games right on the controller, but I mean the
Yeah.
range is so short that
I heard somebody else either talking about this on a podcast or on Twitter that the Wii U got it backwards in that the controller is the
yeah.
dumb terminal and the console is there. But it should be that the thing you have in your hands is the console and the thing connected to the TV is the dumb terminal that's just displaying it on the television.
Yeah, I can see like it should be almost like an Apple TV thing.
Yeah, where you
Yeah.
can like AirPlay it to that. Yeah,
I agree with
that's
that.
interesting.
Although you got to worry about things like battery usage and all that sort of thing. But it would be nice if something like the Wii U was a little bit more portable and you could
Sure.
take it anywhere and it would work. That would be great. But like you got to worry about, like I said, they did get it wrong, but at the same time, you're still delivering games on CD and you're still worried about battery usage and power and that sort of thing. I don't think they could have really done that this time around and delivered what they did.
Sure. Yeah,
But I'm totally down with that. If they release, portable / home console in one next round, I'm there.
That would be pretty cool.
Sure.
Yep. I'm down with that. Yeah, I think Iwata says in the Time interview that the reason they announced the next platform is that they did not want people thinking Nintendo was getting out of consoles with the mobile announcement. They wanted to make sure that they said that yes, there is another platform coming. We're not getting out of consoles yet. So
It's
I don't even think he said yet.
You look at the synergy between the PS4 and the Vita. I mean, Sony's getting really close to having it right because I mean, for the most
Nobody's
part,
buying Vitas.
I know no one's got one. That's the thing that sucks. But I mean, for the most part, the crossplay stuff is working really well now.
Oh yeah.
Like with Rogue Legacy. I mean, you don't need to fiddle with saves and uploading and downloading all that crap. It's doing it for you.
Well, Rogue
And
Legacy.
it's so easy.
I don't know if you saw this when Rogue Legacy became one of the free PS Plus games. It actually brought down the cloud save system because so many people were playing it, and it is so tightly integrated and seamless that it brought everything down.
But I mean, like the few times that I did play it on the screen, at one point I was playing it, and then my wife wanted to watch TV, so I turned it off, picked up my Vita, turned it on, and I was continued. Like I was right there. That was exactly what that's the experience I want.
Yes. That is exactly right. I hope also with Nintendo that they come up with an account system thing.
Oh God,
Yeah.
In that time.
Keep that dream alive.
Yeah, maybe with DNA, working with them, it'll happen. All right, Hacker Alias, Beard the Movie says, what game did people tell you was amazing and insisted that you play it only to find out that it wasn't very good?
SteamWorld Dig.
Didn't John Riccardi say that Solomon's Key was good?
Oh, God, Solomon's
And I bought-
Key. He got me and Kevin Larrabee with that.
I bought it too, and I did not like it.
Although,
Didn't care
in
for it.
John's defense, he said, if you don't like it, I will buy it. And he did. He sent me the money for it.
Wow. The noble man
He is.
who, being so generous to
For what, like a $3
Fiend.
game?
a fiend like yourself. No, I'm saying you don't deserve such kindness.
Mm-hmm.
You and your Steam world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had that problem. It seems like most of the time when you guys suggest something that I'm going to like, I do end up liking it. I can't necessarily really think of any.
That is
Time
usually
that
the
I-
case.
Yeah. You guys know my body so well.
It's true. Kind of almost happened with Double Dragon Neon. Because I had people saying how great that was, and then I played it, and I really didn't like it.
No.
Then I played it local multiplayer, and absolutely loved it. Like, that game is... The difference is night and day when you play multiplayer in that game.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't played Double Dragon Neon 2 players, you should play that.
Yeah, I have not played it 2 players.
It's
So
awesome.
perhaps I should.
Yes, indeed. All right. Hacker alias Hamvrog says,
You can't just make sounds. You have to actually read their name.
"What? That's what you did when you said whatever hacker alias."
Yeah.
Suggested
Yeah, I know.
earlier.
That's my shtick. You need to come up with
That's
your own
that
thing.
thing that you do. He says, "Will Nintendo give the
Quit
Wii U another?
copying me!
Will Nintendo give the Wii U another serious batch of games for 2016-17, or will they bleed it out until NX comes out?"
Hmm.
I think it all depends on when NX comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're going to announce it in 2016, it'll probably inevitably be delayed until 2017, right?
Yeah.
So I hope they have something going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Wii U right now still feels like the only console this generation that has really gotten started. Like, it's still, I mean, there have been good games on the other two, don't get me wrong, but it just,
Right.
they haven't hit that critical mass yet. Although a lot of people didn't like that we said that about the PS4 last week.
True.
So I'm saying about the Xbox as well.
Excellent. Yeah,
Phil's working on his ham radio.
I am.
What, who?
So what's up?
CJ, did you just forget you were hosting, or?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, yeah.
That's waiting for you, buddy.
All right. Hacker alias John Wilcox says, this is sort of a follow-up on last week. So if PS4 is no good this year,
Oh boy.
I can assume no interest in Bloodborne. Can anyone at least see the appeal? Anyone going to try it? And I
Got
think this
my
is as good a place as any to say.
No. I have no intention
we all
of playing
decided
it.
we're not going to.
I will, however, be getting some trade-in value.
I knew that was coming.
Yikes. So thanks to your Patreon support,
Oh.
we have decided to all get copies
Phil,
of
a new
Bloodborne
computer. Oh, sorry.
and play
Gotta-
it. So
Yeah.
so we'll have impressions of that next week, maybe.
So yeah, we are all going to be playing Bloodborne, huh?
I got my call from EB today saying, by the way, you've still got your pre-order, and you should bring in some trade-ins. Well, it was Aaron.
Cool.
Hey, you got that
Phil,
pre-order.
your
You got some
copy is
trade-ins?
shipping soon.
Oh, is it
So-
shipping soon from
Amazon.
Amazon? Yeah.
It says not for resale on it, right?
It does, yeah. I cut out the UPC code.
Okay.
Because I'm going to send that right back to Amazon and swap it out for this RoboCop: The Definitive History book.
I figured. Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
should have just done all digital with this.
I don't know why you didn't.
Everyone but Phil wanted.
For what? No, I wanted to try it. I've never actually played any of the Dark Souls
Me neither.
games, so
I think that's all of us, right?
I'm curious to
yeah.
see what all the hubbub's about.
I played like 2 hours of a Dark Souls game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
We don't know if Mike's even going to play it because we haven't really talked to him about it yet. But he's still got a copy coming.
He does. It's true.
Yeah, you don't even have to show up to get free games on this show anymore. I think,
So anyway, yes, we are going to be playing Bloodborne.
We are going to be
yeah,
playing it.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
We'll talk about it next week.
So there you go. The PS4's got one game.
Aww.
Somebody else mentioned
No.
that horror game, that survival horror game that's coming out that I keep
Bloodborne?
forgetting the name of. It's not Bloodborne. I keep thinking like mixing that one up with Dying Light. It's not Dying Light, right? Dying
No.
Light already came out.
Yeah, that already came out.
There's another like horror game, like the slasher game or whatever, that I can't remember the name of, that's coming out this fall.
Really?
It looked interesting. Anyway,
I probably pre-ordered it.
you probably did. This one from Hacker Alias Mumbo Jumbo Aw says that he's going to Japan in 3 months. He can't read Japanese.
Dude, I need a Japanese Mega Drive. Cheap.
Well, I don't know if Mumbo Jumbo could help you because he can't read Japanese, so he wouldn't be able to tell if it's the Mega Drive right?
Yeah.
Kidding. Wondering whether it is worth getting any specific consoles/games, for example, the Dreamcast or Genesis. He already owns a PAL, NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, GBA, PSP, Master System, and a PS1, but he has very
Saturn.
few good games.
Seriously, Saturn, because Saturn games are so much cheaper in Japan
Yeah.
than they
That's
are in the
true.
US. American
That
versions
is
of Saturn games are quite expensive. Japanese versions are super cheap.
But he's in
Uh,
Australia.
Same with
Might be fun.
Famicom. Same with Famicom.
Oh, really? There you go.
Hmm?
I
Famicom
didn't know
games are
that.
cheap.
Oh yeah, well Kevin Larrabee would back me up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get Famicom games, like games that are extremely rare and expensive here in the West, are decidedly cheaper in the mystical land of the Orient.
Hmm.
And when I was over in Japan one time, I picked up a Japanese PS2,
Yeah.
which was a worthwhile purchase. I ended up buying quite a few Japanese PS2 games and PS1 as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, right. Backwards
Yeah.
compatibility was great on that.
yes, indeed it was. And you know
Unlike
what?
every other system for some reason.
Can I throw out some advice
Do it.
to Mumbo_Jumbo_AU? You know what? You say you can't read Japanese. Try to learn a little before you go over.
Mhm.
When I went over, I've been there twice, both times for work. And before I went over the first time, I did take about a month prior to the trip, and I sort of force-fed myself just katakana is fine. Hiragana is a little more complicated than katakana. Katakana is used primarily to spell English words, so you will be able to, understand what they say. You'll see a sign and it'll say, camera, and you don't really need to learn a new language.
Attack there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Does that mean Gamera is going to attack there? Or
No. That would be gamera.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Gamera. It's very, very close.
On this spot in 1958.
Yes. But what I did, I went and picked up a learning katakana book. Although you could probably just find a chart or something online.
Yeah.
It'd be just as easy. And what I did was I sat there, and they were kind of divided up into groups of 5. Each centered around the vowels. Mame, mi, momu, kake, kikoku, that sort of thing.
All according to Keikaku.
All according to Kakekikoku. All according
This is
to
the
the
longest
Lalelilulu.
advice ever.
Hey, I'm just saying. And
That's good advice, though.
I'm telling him what I did. I sat there with a group of the 5 katakanas, and I just wrote them over and over. I filled up 2 pages in a notebook.
It took about as long as the story is to come out. Yes.
And here's what I would do. I would trace the symbols in the air. So let's see.
All right.
Like that shape right there. You just
traced
take
it.
one finger.
Middle.
How does that help you? You don't write like
That looks like Ma, and here's Sue.
That's not a stylus. That's your middle finger.
There's Toe. Yeah, it's very easy. My point is, try to teach yourself some katakana before you go over there. It will make things a fair bit easier. You will feel less out of your element because you'll be able to understand some signs and things like that.
True.
It's also very handy when you go to stores because you will know which floor to go to when you want to find the adotu. Yeah. You'll know which floor has all the pornography.
That's right.
So it's like, okay, the first floor is games, the second floor is kids' toys, then Gundam models, and then the fourth floor. Yeah, that's okay. That's the porn PC games. So
all the Valis games are up there.
Comes in.
Breaks my heart, man.
I know, right?
Breaks my heart.
So sad.
That's what Valis has become.
Womp womp.
Mm-hmm.
Hacker alias ZMiller1902 says, non-gaming question, how amazing would it be if Legendary Pictures acquired the rights to Gamera? Hashtag Godzilla
No.
X Gamera.
No. It's camera. Camera. It just means camera. It just means camera, man.
I don't think no.
I'd be all into Godzilla.
Are they gonna do? They should
versus
do. They should
Gamera.
do a sequel to
Yeah.
that Ferris Bueller movie.
No, thank you.
Nah.
All right, let's wrap it up with this one. Hacker alias Nintendo Drive says, what's the most you've ever paid / would pay for a mobile game? Asking for a 125-year-old Japanese friend.
Oh my goodness.
Just gonna say, like that hacker alias totally reminded me of the name Dex Drive. Do you remember the Dex Drive?
I do.
The Dex
Yeah,
I don't think
that was the little device that you could plug into your N64 or PS1.
Store
And
your
it
save
would-
games, wasn't it?
Yeah, you would.
Really?
You could. Yeah, you'd plug your memory card into this device, and it would you'd back them up to what, like floppy
Your
disk?
PC, yeah, you could back them up to. I thought you could hook it right to your PC through a serial port.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, yeah.
You don't know? You don't remember this, CJ?
I don't remember it at all.
It was. That's right. It was a little device plugged into your PC through serial port, and then you could plug it. There was one for the N64 and there was one for the PS1, and you would plug the memory cards into that, and it
Yep.
allowed you to back up your.
Was it by
Yours.
Daytel?
It was one of those third party.
I think it was actually.
Hmm.
I
Surprising.
had them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah. Get on the Google. Do a quick
Excuse me,
image
I'm doing
search.
it right now.
CJ. You're gonna look at it and you're gonna go, oh yeah, that thing. I totally had both of the. I had the PlayStation and the
Oh.
N64 one.
Okay,
Remember?
now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I probably still have one around here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere
Interact. It was an
buried.
Interact product.
Okay.
Interact. All right.
So
Well,
weird.
Interact licensed a lot of stuff from Daytel, if you remember.
I thought it was such a great idea at the time. It
Yeah.
was,
Huh.
God, the product shipped with Windows driver application called Explorer on two 3.5-inch floppy disks.
outstanding.
That's great.
You guys remember Bleem?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I still have
Yeah.
the Gran Turismo Bleem disc for my
I
Dreamcast.
still have, the Gran Turismo and the Metal
I think I just have the Metal Gear one. Bleem, for those who don't remember, was a PS1 emulator that started off on PC,
Mhm.
and then they actually released a couple of. They were. Well, I think the PC version was just kind of an all-in-one. It was just like just a
Yes.
straight
Right.
old
Really
emulator.
ballsy to release something like that as a product.
Yeah, they
extremely
actually
ballsy.
released commercially a couple discs for the Dreamcast, but they were only good for one game. So you could buy the Gran Turismo version of Bleem for Dreamcast, which allowed you to play your Gran Turismo PS1 game on Dreamcast. And didn't it do like some anti-aliasing or
Yes.
something
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah. We did a big
Okay.
story in EGM on it with some totally fake pictures from the people from Bleem.
Oh, really?
The I think it was Ridge Racer, wasn't it? Where they showed a copy of, or was it R4 or something like that? Anyway, where they showed a copy of that game running in Bleem, and it was totally. It looked like it was running on a PS2, basically. But then they showed what it apparently looked like on the PS1, which didn't look anything like what it looked like on the PS1. It was so blocky, and I mean, yes, the PS1 was ugly, but it wasn't that bad.
Oh,
Right.
man. That's funny. But
What was the question again?
The question was about
something about the Dex drive.
how much you would pay for or have paid for a mobile game.
Oh, yeah.
$5.
About the value of a Dex drive.
Yeah. Whatever you
yeah.
get for 2 3.5-inch floppies now.
I
think
bought one of the Chaos Rings games that Square put out, so those were like $15.
Yeah,
What's,
Square stuff.
What's the Infinity whatever, Infinite Sword, or what's that
Infinity
game
Oh,
called?
Infinity Blade.
Infinity Blade. Yeah, I bought that for like what, $7 when it first
Yeah.
came out.
Those have
I think
been
that's
$7 or $8.
and that's probably more than I would pay for an iOS game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of actually spending money within a game, I imagine you probably haven't gone too far over that in any one game.
No, and I think I've mentioned this before when it comes to in-app purchases, is that I usually don't go in for them.
Yeah.
Other than like I'll if I enjoy the game, I'll do the remove ads
Yeah.
option if they have that, or I'll do a coin doubler if they have that, which those can be like $4 or $5.
Sure.
But if I like the game, it's cool. And every now and again, if there's like a free to play game or something that I really, really get into and play the hell out of, I will sometimes buy like a coin pack just because I've enjoyed the game so much. So it's like, I want to give the developers some money. I think I've Half Brick I've thrown some coin at for like Jetpack Joyride, which I
Yep.
really, really dig, and
Tiny Tower.
I've thrown some money at them just for that, and Adult Swim I don't know if I've ever given any.
I actually bought a
money.
bunch of stuff for Robot Unicorn Attack too.
Yeah, so did
Yeah.
I. So did I. Had to get
All those songs that kept coming out were so great. I had to own some of
Stan
them.
Bush songs and
Yep.
that sort of thing. Yeah, no, I've thrown some money at Adult Swim games, but yeah. So there you go.
All right. Good place to end.
It is a good
Right on the
place to
commercial. Yep.
end.
All right, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you would like to comment on something you heard, or perhaps you have a question for us, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you will find links to contact us. You'll find blog entries, mostly about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. Yeah. Generation 16 episodes.
Go check out. Go check out episode 15.
Available now.
It's a good one.
Yes, indeed. I've heard.
Yes.
I haven't seen it myself, but
You haven't seen any of them.
I have so. I watched.
You know how much that hurts, CJ? I listen to your podcast every week.
You're kind of forced to.
I've listened to 470 some odd of your podcasts. You can't watch 15 of my Genesis
I
episodes.
can. I will get right on that.
They're fantastic. No, he won't. They're fantastic, though. I've gone on about how great Generation 16 is. So
Indeed.
Thanks, man.
I'm hoping for more.
And also on our website, you can find a message board where you can discuss this very episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99
Cheap.
to pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. Gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters. It's all muscle memory at this point. You know that, right?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
all muscle memory.
Mhm.
Yes, I have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Play One Podcast iPhone application available to your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
Also has all of our apps ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, see what I did there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just doing a little time loop just for fun.
The Cubbies won the...
What? We're also
Like
on
Matrix.
Stitcher.
Mhm.
We're also on Facebook. You can like us there. You can go join our little Steam group. You can go to YouTube, youtube.com/P1Podcast to see archives of many of our past episodes. You can also watch us live most weeks on the YouTube. Just follow our Twitter account to find out when we're doing our next live broadcast. Patreon.com P1 podcast. If you like what you hear, yeah, I know, but you can give us a few bucks here and there if you want. It keeps us rich in copies of Bloodborne.
Well, yeah, we can do stuff
We
like
do. We do.
Bloodborne.
It helps support the show in several ways, paying for bandwidth and hosting, and then cool games. We get to play games that we wouldn't necessarily play normally.
And I think we should mention that our next plan is to buy the Metal Gear IP.
A walking tank.
You already got the voiceover.
Yep.
Phil's a new David Hayter.
Low. What's a hind D doing here? And if you have any coin left after heading over to the Player One Patreon, you can swing over to the Generation 16 Patreon and throw Greg a little coinage. I don't know the exact link, but if you go to Generation 16. Well, I know if it was just patreon.com/Generation 16.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a hyphen in that one?
Nope.
Okay. Or you could just go to generation-16.com, and I'm sure there's the link there as well.
Yes, sir.
And Greg does good stuff, so go give him some lovin' in the form of sweet, sweet cash.
Yes.
CJ,
Uh-huh.
thank you very much
No problem.
for everything you do. Look at you with your Sega CD back there. I don't know if I've ever noticed that.
Before?
No, I don't think so.
I stare longingly at it every time. Every time CJ talks like kind of zone out.
Right.
I'm just staring at that wonderful old school Sega CD back there.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, CJ,
Sure.
for having your Sega CD out.
Absolutely.
Rocking out with your Sega CD out.
Yeah. Greg,
Yo.
thank you for keeping your Sega CD hidden from
Right in my
view.
pants where it belongs.
We don't. We would rather imagine it than actually, One of those.
It's bigger that way.
It's all the more alluring if there's something left to the imagination.
That's right.
So,
That's what I've always
thank
said.
you, Greg,
Thanks, Phil.
and thank you, Mike, for
Love you.
nothing. Hopefully, we'll see everyone next week.
Playing Bloodborne.
That would be good.
Yeah, got some Bloodborne on the way. Can't
Let's
wait.
do it.
Excited to die.
Yeah.
Frequently,
Probably
from what I
a
hear.
lot.
Yeah. See what happens. We're gonna hate this game, aren't we? We're gonna show up next episode. We'll all just be in tears.
Give up video games forever.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
I thought
to see.
games were supposed to be fun.
Fail in
Not
all
this.
things.
I understand that reference.
Come on, fist bump. Bring it in.
Nice.
Ba la 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 la. All right, that's enough.
All right.
Okay.
Next week. Bye.
Bye.
Fail in all things.
Nice.
There you go.